Alright, so you're stuck in ELO hell. Sounds like the story of everyone. Here's who you gotta play to rank up. If you're a tank player, first option I can always recommend is Doctor Strange.
What is your job exactly besides making balloon animals?
Protecting your reality, douchebag.
He has consistent damage, he has a shield which blocks a bunch of damage, he can counter almost every DPS and every tank ult in the game. He's flexible in his playstyle, you can play aggressive and you can play passive. He's good at killing squishies, he's good at getting his ult up quick, and he's got a one-shot combo with his ultimate. His ultimate can take out an entire team. He's just overall the best tank in the game. After that, I'd go with Groot. Groot has probably the second highest damage on tank. He also has pretty consistent damage. If you get your walls down and you block out a tank, that's a free kill. If you can block the line of sight between a healer and a tank, that's just as good as trapping the tank. It's pretty much the same thing. So he's pretty much a Bucky as a tank. He can literally separate the tank from the team and get a kill off of that. He can also protect himself pretty well with his walls. If you can place them properly, you can block yourself from getting killed from Magneto ult, Strange ult, a few DPS ults. He gets countered pretty hard though in the meta right now by Punisher, and that's the issue. There's a lot of dad characters that counter Groot, and that's the only issue I can say that's big about him. Also the fact, like, you can't block the hella ult, you know. Double sniper is gonna really shred you, Punisher is gonna shred you, Bucky's gonna grab you, a Wolverine's gonna grab you. You're kind of countered by a lot of things, but you're still better than most of the tanks. Now, if you don't want to play either of those two tanks, you gotta go Magneto.
I can tear through entire cities. I can control the world's axis. Millions dead at the flick of my finger.
And Magneto is only good for his ult and his bubble. His shield's pretty decent as well if you're into a Punisher, but it's very situational. As soon as your shield goes down, they can all push. Like a Doctor Strange gets free reign on you. If he just sees you use your shield, you can just go in. You can only bubble one person. It's going to be healer, but he can still one-shot through it. I wouldn't recommend him though. His damage isn't consistent. You need to play your cards really well on Magneto. Now, if you're DPS, here's where the magic happens. You're going to play Wolverine if he's unbanned, no matter what. Wolverine's the best DPS. He will be the best DPS until they nerf him. His grab is just too OP. Even as a single tank, he's still OP. Next, you could flex out, depending on what kind of player you are. Punisher, I feel like, is very strong in any ELO.
Punisher players all have to be sharing a single brain cell.
He's meta in every ELO. He's good in every ELO. Doesn't matter your playstyle on him. You can be a turret bot. You can be a fucking shotgun Rambo mode, bro. Don't really matter. You just go in, you kill things. You do good damage, you break Groot walls, you break Strange shield, you do a lot of damage, and you're a threat. Next, Storm. If Storm's unbanned, it might be a good pick. Storm does a lot of damage and you give your team a boost. I mean, giving your team a boost in itself is very OP. Like, if everyone on your team does 5% more damage, I don't actually know what the number is, but if they do just a tiny bit more damage, I mean, they're gonna win their ones way easier. Next, you can maybe go Moon Knight.
I'm Moon Knight, you lunatic. Anyway, you got any shrooms?
Moon Knight's ult is still very strong. They nerfed it pretty hard, but I still think he's one of the most reliable DPS because his ult can just win fights, and he gets it every fight. He might even get it twice a fight. The only issue with him is he will give the other team a bunch of support ults. So the Luna Snow is going to have the greatest time. The thing with Moon Knight and low elo is he's very strong into people that don't know what they're doing. If you can flank and you just use your onk on the supports, just bang bang bang, they're dead. I mean, that's one way to play them. You can also just sit in your front line or your back line and just shoot. Left click, just farm your ult off of the tanks. Like, it's literally brain dead gaming, and you can win just by doing that. You farm your ult up, boom, 3 of them are dead, 2 of them are dead, even 1 of them are dead. That gives you the win. So if you are a support player, which 1% of you might be, I say play Cloak and Dagger. They have really good heals. they pretty much have 2 ults. The Fade, which takes your entire team out like a Moira Fade, and you can dodge every ult in the game. And you have your main ult, which is still pretty good. Now, if I had to pick my favorite DPS to like counter the meta right now, it would be Namor. Only with a Luna though. I would not play Namor without a Luna Snow. It's usually banned now. If you're in Diamond and above, the Luna's going to be banned every game unless they have a Luna. If so, they're going to ban the Namor. It's just how it's going to go. Namor is very strong. He is by far the best counter to dive, which is the meta right now. The reason why I don't recommend anyone to play Venom is because Namor is on the board. Namor on the board, along with counter dive, it's just crazy damage. Like, you're gonna try to dive a Punisher who's just gonna melt you. You're gonna try to dive a Namor, he's gonna melt you. If the bans are right, that's the only time you're gonna play that Venom. You're gonna play that dive only when you have to. If your team is running 2 dive DPS, sure, go Venom. If you're a DPS player and you have a dive tank and a dive DPS, you might want to pick a dive DPS to match that. That's the only time you should be playing dive. Namor is the only reason why I don't recommend dive, because he's just so strong in his own right. He is a counter to dive. He is a good flanker. He's a good frontliner. He's good at everything. He can dodge ults. He can burst people down. He can one-tap people. His ult is very strong. He can get it quick. He's just by far a very strong character to choose. The thing with all of these characters, all of these heroes, is that they're very strong solo queue. You don't need comms to play any of these characters. None of them. None of these heroes need comms. You're pretty much self-sufficient. You can do your own thing. You can walk up when you have to. You can fall back when you have to. You are a one-man army at this point, and that's the whole point of getting out of ELO hell. It's the only way to do it is to be self-sufficient, be a one-man army, do your thing, kill as many as you can, pump out as much damage, burst kills, all of that. And the reason I'm not telling anyone to play Spider-Man or Black Panther is because those 2 characters require a lot of skill, especially into anti-dive. And anti-dive is going to be the meta because dive is the meta. I still think counter dive is stronger than dive right now. A lot of people won't admit that. They'll say, well, why not go the Venom Spider-Man? It's a one-shot combo. No, it's not. It's not a one-shot combo into a team that knows what they're doing. And that's why all these characters here, no matter what comp you're running, no matter what comp the other teams are running, you will be strong no matter what. Moon Knight's the only exception. He won't be good into a full dive team, but he'll be strong into a normal team, Groot in any tank, or Groot solo tank. Like, he'll be strong into those. And the thing you'll also see with all the DPS, besides Wolverine is just a one-man fucking army no matter what. But the other DPS, Storm, Moon Knight, Namor, they all have ults which can be comboed. So let's say you Strange ult, Storm can go in and wipe them out. Groot ults, Storm can go in and wipe them out. Same with the Moon Knight. Moon Knight can just ult on all these people in a group. That's probably the strongest combo right now. Then Namor, same thing. If there's a Doctor Strange, it might be a little harder. Namor is still very strong with a one-shot combo into a Groot ult. Wolverine, his ult is just OP. He can take out a whole team by himself. And there's no discussion. Wolverine should be the first pick if you have the chance. And those are the heroes that will get you out of ELO hell. You can solo queue, duo queue, queue with as many people as you want, queue with no one. These heroes will consistently allow you to climb. You'll get more win streaks, less loss streaks, and you'll have more usage in the game. You'll do more damage, you'll get more kills, you'll see that you provide more value to your team when you play these heroes compared to when you play a dive hero. It's just not realistic. You're not going to be able to kill the supports every time as a dive hero, but you can consistently break the Strange shield as a Punisher. You can consistently get kills with the Moon Knight ult. You can consistently block off the tank with Groot. You can consistently hit your Eyes of Agamotto. As Cloak, you can consistently save your team with your Fade and with your ult. The whole thing with these characters is they are consistent and they provide value. And with enough matches played, you'll climb out of ELO hell, you'll get to the higher ranks, and you can rely more on your teammates when you get higher up in those ranks. So if you stay at it, you be consistent, you pick from this pool of heroes, you'll consistently climb, you'll see your ranks go up, and you won't struggle as much in your matches to find value.
What are you on, bro? Relax your fucking dick, bro. Nobody's fucking talking to you. Damn, get your hand out of your fucking ass.
I'm sucking. So you wanna relax it?
Nah, this shit does not sound big, bro. I promise you. I know your shit sounds big, bro. Not even worth it. Even if I wanted to, it's not even worth it.
I owe shit, by the way.
Yo shit stank, huh?
Nah, bro.
Baby, I'm burning
No.
Time to switch
I
things
retract
up,
all of my
including
statements, bro.
which
You
side
sound young
you're
as
on.
fuck.
I'm not a child, bro.
Anyone stands in
for
my
Donald
way,
Trump?
they
You
won't
probably
be
did.
standing much longer.
You'll need a top-notch
Oh,
team
yo,
to
you
win
voted
this
for
one.
Donald Trump? You,
White bitch voted for Donald Trump. That's crazy.
bro turned black. What happened?
I'm not forcing my voice. I don't know who the fuck you are.
I am not voicing my voice. I mean, who the fuck
Yeah, I
you
retract
are?
my statement. You're a child, bro. I'm sorry.
Nah, bro.
I didn't mean to say that
You're
to
a
you,
child, bro.
My fault.
You got kids or some shit? You a grown ass woman on the thing, bro. Grown ass woman on the game.
I don't
You're a grown
I
ass
don't
woman
have
on that
children.
game.